C15 on election night. I'm Stephanie Hockridge.
And I'm Katie Rammel. But first, we've got some breaking news of the problems at the polls. Dozens of locations not ready for voters this morning, so some were even turned away.
In a rare move, there was a plea to extend voting hours, but the Board of Supervisors said no way. ABC 15's Mike Pelton is live outside the Maricopa County Recorder's office. And Mike, what are you hearing out there?
Well, Stephanie, in a scathing statement late today, the chairman for the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors saying the recorder's office got millions of dollars in new technology and had no shortage of resources to pull off a successful election. Today, some say it's anything but.
Oh my gosh, like I actually at one point was in tears.
Tavara Gray excited to vote. She says her polling place not up and running when she walked in with a smile on Tuesday morning. 3 hours later, she tells me she had to settle for a provisional ballot.
And I saw people going, forget this. You know, I don't know if they meant forget this for now or period. And that's a vote that's not going to count because of something as simple as getting done what you knew had to be done.
We've heard of similar issues from other voters. Maricopa County Recorder Adrian Fontes saying 62 locations not up and running first thing Tuesday morning.
Yeah, absolutely, I should be held accountable. But I'm not going to sit back and blame anybody else. We're going to work towards a solution, and we're going to try to push hard to make sure those votes get counted.
Fontes says a contractor hired to send technicians out came up short. He says only 73 out of more than 100 technicians showed up to work on Monday. They were supposed to help with the IT work and set up check-in stations. Although Fontes admits he knew Monday it looked like he had a problem.
Why didn't no one find out until 9:30 this morning when it was way too late for some voters?
Well, I'll tell you, the reason why we didn't say your polling places aren't going to be ready is because I'm not a fan of voter suppression. And we want to make sure that voters get the correct information every time.
And excuses are the tools of the incompetent. They build monuments of nothingness, and those who choose to specialize in them are seldom good for anything else. That's what that sounds like to me.
And in that statement from the chairman for the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors about not trying to extend voting hours tonight, he says in part, quote, members of the board were not told of any concerns yesterday when the recorder first became aware of issues, nor were members notified prior to the polls opening this morning. Now the board is being asked to step in and take unprecedented action that may confuse voters, delay returns, and have other unintended consequences. The message, if you still want to vote, get in line at the polls by 7 o'clock tonight. And for what it's worth, the county recorder tells me all voting locations are up and running now. For now, we're live in Phoenix. Mike Pelton, ABC 15, Arizona.
All right, Mike, thank you. There is a lot at stake for both parties in tonight's primary.
Yeah, a couple key races are being closely watched here and really across the nation. The big one, who will replace Jeff Flake in the U.S. Senate? It's been a contentious race with Martha McSally leading the pack. Dr. Kelly Ward and former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio each making a sort of last stand with bus tours and public events. Each candidate already spending millions of dollars on campaign ads. The winner will likely face Democrat Kyrsten Sinema, who faces a primary challenge from Deidre Aboud. Now, the bigger decision for Democrats, who to nominate to run for governor of Arizona.
David Garcia's lead in the polls shrinking in recent weeks due to a late surge from State Senator Steve Farley. Garcia's controversial stance on abolishing ICE, a polarizing issue for some voters. Kelly Fryer is also in the race, hoping to be a factor when all the votes are counted. The winner likely to face incumbent Doug Ducey, although Ducey is facing a primary challenge of his own from former Secretary of State Ken Bennett. You can stick with ABC 15 for all of your election night coverage. We're going to bring you updates all night